This is Carla, and welcome back to the studio. And I apologize, I am 6 minutes late here. So, a lot of things, happen, when you least expect it. So, you lose track of time. And that's kind of like what happened to me this evening. So, I'm just going to kind of refresh this. So, as you come. As you come on, say hi and let me know where you're visiting from. And let's see what else. Oh, and while you're here, if you give the video a thumbs up. And I think I may have to turn this fan off because it is blowing my hair all over the place. So, and hopefully you don't see a big hot mess behind me. But yeah, I've been kind of busy. So I've done, let's see, Wednesday evening, I did my monthly Christmas card inspiration, and I did another one sheet wonder on that. And I did this time I did snowflakes, and I stamped the whole you're in the studio. So yeah, so I did a full sheet of a piece of cardstock to do my stamping rather than splitting it into four like I did with the other ones. So that I actually did that as a live, and to kind of give you an idea how tired I was, I thought, okay, I'm going to record this as a private live. So then that way I don't have to do any editing. It is what it is, and I'll be done. Well, yeah, I started recording, I started stamping and realized, oh, I was just recording on the phone. I wasn't actually doing a live. So I had to start all over again. And then I got my cards planned out for my Thursday, and that kind of went out there a little bit later in the day, more like about probably 6 or 7, I think, is by the time it posted. But I am caught up, and I will admit I went to bed almost 3 o'clock in the morning because I had to plan what I'm doing for tonight. So, yeah, and it's been a day. I didn't take today off. I had my other job that unfortunately I do need to work that in order to, kind of support this habit, addiction, whatever you want to call it. I'm not at a place in my oh, okay. Thank you, Yvonne. Um, so hopefully I don't yawn. Well, I don't think my head will crash on the desk while I'm doing this. That won't happen. But I think the projects kind of came out a little cute. So I hope you like them too. Let's see what's going on. Um, so the new catalog, and I meant to print out a picture of the front cover of the catalog. I don't have them yet. Will Demonstrators will be able to buy 8 packs of that catalog. I believe it'll start August 6th. The catalog mailing program that ended on the 31st. So now, if you're now working with another demonstrator and you would like either that holiday mini or the annual catalog or both of them, just simply send me an email. That link is in the description of this video. And just, give me your full name, full mailing address, and let me know which one, or if you want both of them, which one you want. And I'll just send them out in the mail to you. Let's see what else is going on. So my newsletter, typically I'll send that out on the 1st, and I didn't do that yet. I'm actually going to wait until the morning of the 6th. And the reason why I'm waiting is because in my newsletter, I kind of try to put as much as I can in there as far as, like, what am I doing? Like, so for example, the schedule of all the videos and the products that I'm going to be using for those videos. I have that in the video section of my newsletter. And then I have in there what classes that I'm going to do, which I did say that I am taking a break between July and August on the Christmas card club, and I'm going to pick it up again in September. Yeah, September, when the new catalog has come out, and I don't think anybody really has an interest to really do Christmas cards. I mean, I've seen a couple of people make comments, on my video about that they had kind of started, but I guess not everybody is looking to do Christmas cards, not yet. Um, but let's see, what else so my newsletter also, I put in there information about new kits. So every month Stampin' Up comes out with 2 new kits in their kits collection, and they don't typically give us images or the info before the month is out. So I'm not going to find out what those kits are going to look like or anything until the 6th of this month. So once I get those images and everything, I can then put it in the newsletter. I mean, I've gotten everything else taken care of on that. I'm just waiting for those little bits, and then I can send it off. So if you're interested in being on my email list for my monthly newsletter, the link is also in the description of the video. Just click on that link and put in your name and email address, and then you're added, and I will send that out to you as well. What can I speak on that's happening? So again, coming up, let me see. I think I printed something out. Don't mind me. I'm looking right off to my side here. I think I did print something out. Uh, yes, we do have a sale coming up on Designer Series paper. We also are in the redemption month now for those bonus day coupons that you earned in July. Um, and some states are still doing that school tax holiday. What else is there? So demonstrators will be able to pre-order out of that holiday mini on August 6th, and then it'll go live to customers September 6th. Now, one thing that I want to mention, I know it's still a little bit early, but one of the things that I really didn't notice when I scanned through that catalog when we were first able to see it, that in the catalog there are no Halloween, no Halloween sets at all. Usually our mini catalogs would have maybe a suite or two that was Halloween themed, or there may be one suite and then maybe like a bundle and another stamp set, but there's none of that in the catalog. They decided on, so a lot of people do, a lot of demonstrators, wow, I can't talk for some reason. A lot of people like to do their Halloween crafting earlier, and so they felt if they took those products and they put it in the online exclusives, then we can get our hands on it sooner and we can plan and all that. Now, in the online exclusives, was it last month? I think it was when they went live. There was, what was there? There was one bundle. So I think, was it Potions and Spells, I think is the name of the bundle. And then there is a stamp set that has ghosts on it. I did order that, don't got that yet. But those are the only 2 Halloween things that are in there. Hello, Diane. Thank you for joining me from Pennsylvania. Um, so that's the only Halloween that there is. There is no DSP, there's no embellishments, there's no ribbons. But Stampin' Up! Made mention, now this has been for a while now, close to my heart, had closed their doors. So Stampin' Up! Kind of worked with makers. So we have a lot of makers from close to my heart who are now Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And some of the product that close to my heart had, Stampin' Up! Kind of took that on. Now, up until this point, all of the close to my heart, products that were released were only available to those makers and to their customers who had an account set up. So my understanding is that in September, when that catalog goes live, there is close to my heart product too that's going to be going live as well. And in there is like a pack of paper and a set of stickers. So I don't know about the embellishments. I don't know if there's like any ribbon or anything, but we were told that at that point, you know, demonstrators and other Stampin' Up! Customers and all that will be able to order that. Of course, I haven't seen what that paper looks like. So I don't know if we'll find out on August 6th, because it seems like the 6th we're going to find out a lot of stuff. So um, I think, is that it? I do have a couple of things that, just small little things when I flip my camera, but I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera. I'm going to kind of get everything in position here. So if you get motion sickness, you may want to close your eyes, and then I'll let you know when everything's been flipped, okay? So so you're not looking. Did it flip? There's a little bit of a delay because I got my laptop sitting here and there's a little bit of a delay, and I'm trying to see if it flips. Come on, flip. Okay. Really, come on. You're still looking at my ceiling. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I got things kind of lined up here. I apologize. I'm a little bit late and feel a little flustered, I guess, because I was kind of rushing to get on here. So let me kind of turn my phone a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Let's not touch it. So let me put some tape down just to hold my grid paper down. So so some of the states are participating in this back to school tax holiday. Now, last weekend here in Tennessee, we had ours. So let's see, Alabama's is done. This weekend, the 3rd and 4th, is going to be Arkansas. Currently, Florida's is going from July 29th through the August 11th. Massachusetts is on the 10th and 11th. Mississippi passed. This weekend would be Missouri. New Mexico started today. They'll go through the 6th. Ohio's is still going on till the 8th. Let's see, Puerto Rico is done. This weekend is South Carolina. Texas is coming up on the 9th, and then Virginia's this weekend, and so is West Virginia. So the items that are part of this tax-free would be the Stampin' Seals and their refills, the dimensionals, adhesive sheets and foam adhesive strips and glue, grid paper, dimensionals are on here, tear and tape. Also the Stampin' Write markers, so the whole 10 packs and the in colors, the watercolor pencils, the blender pens, the Stampin' Blends. Yeah, so all of that is what's part of this tax-free. So not all states are participating in that. So, and some of them have already passed and are done. Um, what else do I got? So, like I mentioned, the month of July, we had bonus days. And so during the month of July, you earned $5 coupons for every $50 that you spent. And now for the month of August, you will be able to redeem those coupon codes with your orders. Um, so that's going on right now. And then this is coming up. This is going to start on August 6th and go through the 31st. Stampin' Up! Is going to have a 15% off sale on designer series paper. Now, none of this is the specialty paper, and all these papers are what's in our current annual catalog. Nothing on here is from the online exclusive. So these packs are regularly $12.50. Then I am referring to US currency on this. And during the sale, the price is $10.62. And if you're a demonstrator, you get that not only that's 10.62, but then you're also going to get your discount on top of that. So this is coming up on the 6th. And like I mentioned, there's going to be 2 new kits. Demonstrators are going to be able to pre-order out of that new holiday mini. Plus, we'll get to order some of those catalogs. So, yeah, I'll definitely be ordering catalogs. So if you want one, send me an email and let me know. And then when I get them, I will go ahead and I will mail it out to you. If you had reached out to me and requested one of those holiday catalogs, I did add you to my list, and I had already taken care of it on the 31st. So, um, but if you're unsure, you can ask me and I'll let you know. Okay, so with that, I think we need to get started so we're not here all night. So this week I decided on the Tune In bundle. This bundle. Hello, Kathy from Minnesota. Yeah, I'm not from Minnesota, but for some reason I want to do the whole accent thing. I'm bad. Okay. So I'm using the Tune In bundle. This is in our current annual catalog. And I did a lot of my die cutting and everything ahead of time. So to save a little bit of time, um, let's see. So where's my first card? Okay, so let me pull in everything from my first project and kind of take my sample, put it off to the side. Okay. So a lot of little bits and pieces here. Okay, so for my card base, I have a piece of Pretty Peacock. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4.25. I have 3 pieces of cardstock here. One in Coastal Cabana, Lemon Lime Twist, and Daffodil Delight. And now with the Daffodil Delight one, I had already gone ahead and I embossed it with the Fun Patterns embossing folders, and I used this pattern right here. And then I have scraps that I already die cut in Real Red, Basic White, and then we got silver foil. So we got the bits, for your TV knobs and all that. And then I can't pick this stuff up. And then out of these stars here, I used the white Glimmer paper that is in that pack. It's in our online exclusives. Let me grab it really quick. This pack has Berry Burst Old Olive and White Glimmer Specialty Paper. So there's the Berry Burst, our Old Olive, and this is the piece that I cut these stars out. So what's really cool about this set is that it's got this retro feel to it, and I really like that retro type of sets. So I'm going to pull out what stamps I need here. So I need my stars and your classic. And then there are these little squares. I guess it kind of mimics the interference that, you know, the old TVs used to get. So we're going to use that to do some, you know, kind of some detail on our cardstock pieces. So let me grab my blocks. And okay, and then the ink that I'm going to be using, got everything off to the side here. So on here, I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist and Coastal Cabana along with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Okay, and then I have another piece of scrap. I'm going to stick under these pieces because I will be stamping over the edge. So with my Coastal Cabana, I am going to stamp these stars, and I'm going to randomly stamp those on this base here. Flip that. Okay, and then we'll add one more right down there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my Lemon Lime Twist. We'll set that piece aside. And we'll take our embossed piece, we'll set that aside. And then on my Lemon Lime Twist, there's this image that's almost like that. I guess it mimics like that interference. And I'm going to stamp full strength and stamp off. Hope everybody had a good week. It was definitely a busy one on this end. I really need to figure out a schedule on getting, you know, all my projects figured out and designed and set up to where all I have to do is just do the video. Because, yeah, last night was a late night because I needed to get these projects done, and it resulted in going to bed at 3 a.m. And of course, when you have to get up early, you know, take a shower, and then you got to work, and yeah, it was a tiring day. But I'm glad that the day is basically over, and after I do this, I can just chill and relax. Okay, I think we are good as far as filling that all in. Okay, and I'll put those aside. Okay, so now let me put this aside, and I'm going to bring in all these pieces and my adhesive. I'm using my Stamp and Seal, and I am going to adhere this Coastal Cabana piece. Place this kind of like at an angle up here, and we'll add our lemon lime twist. Lemon lime twist was one of our in colors a few years ago, and I was really happy when they did the color refresh. I think it was last year or the year before they brought it back, so I was really happy that that color came back. And then I'm going to take my Daffodil, my embossed Daffodil Delight piece, and that will go right on top like so. Okay, now let's go and put our retro TV together. And I'm going to bring in my liquid glue for this. Now this glue here, this is the Tombow multi-purpose glue. It's this glue right here that we carry. This has a latex in it, so you don't need a lot. So I like putting it in these fine tip glue bottles that I did get off of Amazon, and you just get a nice small stream of glue, which that's what works for me. One of those bottles will do a whole lot of projects, because you don't need much. Okay, one thing I do need to do, I need to stamp this. And what I'm going to do, since my grid paper is white and that cardstock is white, I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet just so I can see where that's at. And then I'm going to bring in my Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my greeting. And I'm going to stamp this right in the middle. And hopefully I got it straight. Yay. Okay, we'll set that aside. Okay, now we can glue everything together. So I am gonna actually, with these pieces, this grill part, it is cut, so I'm not gonna use liquid glue on that because that glue will just come right out. So I'm gonna add a little bit of seal to this, and I'm gonna add this down towards the bottom of my TV like so. And then I'm going to put these knobs on either side. I'm going to add just a little drop of glue on either side like so. And then I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to take this out. Okay, and then I'm going to take these, put them down in the glue. I really love the retro sets. I got this one set. Now it's not, Stampin' Up. It's Hero Arts a couple of years ago when they still carry these monthly kits. And there was one that it was a retro Christmas, and I'm like, I definitely had to get that one. What do I want? I want my greeting part here. Let's place this down. Okay, and then I'm going to place this right about here. And then our antenna, I'm going to add a little liquid glue to the base of this. And we're going to place that right there and hold it for a moment. Okay, well, we're still going to need that. Okay, let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. Now this sheet has some edge pieces, so this is perfect for something like this. Add some of these. So I have my July charm on here, my little flag star scissor fob, and I try to get charms each month that either is gonna go that would resemble like for like a holiday, or maybe even like my in-person class. So for this month, my in-person class, and I know Terry's going to get sad when I say this, but my in-person class is going to be that Mediterranean Blooms suite. That is the suite that has the stamp set has orange images in it. And it's got this really cool citrus, orange, and lemon, and blue tiled DSP. And so I decided for my charms, I got these little lemon charms. So that's my in-person class is going to be on Saturday, August 17th. So if you are local to me here in Memphis and you're interested, send me an email and I will send you all the details as far as time, which is 11 a.m. and what things you would need to bring. Now at the moment, my classes, they are free because I don't have a huge group that comes, so really the cost for it would only be covering the cost of the cardstock and the materials I'm using. Now I'm going to use my glue and I'm going to glue these stars down. So at the moment the class is free. And so I like to do a little something when I do the classes. So the little scissor fobs that I make, I'm going to do lemon charms. So I didn't get my charms quite yet. So I still got my July one on there. I love these stars. So this one, because we have, the bling from this Glimmer paper, and we have that silver foil, I'm not adding like any rhinestones to this particular project. Okay, so there is our first card. Really, really cool. So let me set that aside and let me kind of tidy up the mess that I made here. My space is kind of limited and it seems like it does not take long for me to make a big mess. And I'm losing things. There it is. And let's bring in my chamois, my well-loved used chamois. I'll get these cleaned off. Okay, so now let me grab what our next project's gonna be. And where's my cards? I put my cards, oh, okay. I put things down and then I can't figure out where I put them. Tell me I'm not the only one that does that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember TVs like that too. I also remember TVs in the, those big wooden cases. So, yeah, okay. What's next? Okay, so if you love the pink, my next card has a lot of pink in it. And let me pull off these stamps and bring in the stamp I need. Now these stars, I'm going to use these stars again. Stamp set. And then I want the one that says News Flash. And I'll put that on there. And put this back. Whoops, we don't need that stamp. Let's put that away. All right, so those are the only two that I need. All right, so for this one, there's a lot of itsy bitsy pieces on this one. And again, I did all of my die cutting ahead of time. It did take me a while to die cut all this. So I have a piece of Melon Mambo. This is our card base. It measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's weird. I have my laptop off to the side here and I'm looking at it, and this does not look like Melon Mambo. It actually looks like, an in color we had a few years ago. It looks like Watermelon Wonder. It doesn't look like Melon Mambo. Okay, so on here, let's do our stamping first. So that star pattern stamp that I used, I'm going to use that again on here. And I'm going to stamp the whole background of my card front. And I'm going to do that in Melon Mambo ink. And this one I'm not going to stamp off. I'm just going to stamp full strength. And I'm getting ink on the block, and I don't want to get that on my card. So like I mentioned before, I did my Throwback Thursday video yesterday. It was in the early evening in which I posted it. And I did do my monthly Christmas card inspiration. And I did do another one sheet wonder technique on that one. Instead of stamping like down the center, both vertically and horizontally, and then cutting it up, I just randomly stamped all of my snowflakes on a piece of cardstock and then cut it up and created my 4 cards. I did 2 in landscape and 2 in the portrait modes. Okay, one more time. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Close this off. Okay, so we'll close that up. Okay, and then I have a scrap piece well, it's not, well, I guess you can say it's a scrap piece. Basic white. And the strip is, let me get, where's my, okay. I keep forgetting where I put things. So I have a piece of basic white here. And this strip is 1/4 inch wide, and this is about 2 3/4, but I just use whatever scrap pieces that I have. Now there's greeting here that says news flash. I'm going to ink this up. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this in the middle. Okay, we'll put that aside. Okay, so now, well, let me leave that because we're going to be assembling again. So I have, again, I already did my die cutting, so I have scraps of basic black, basic white, and then the silver foil again for the knobs, and I guess that would be the speaker and the antenna. And then there is another die in this set. Let me show you. It's one die, and what it does, it cuts out all these little strips. So I have all these little strips here, and this is what the die looks like. So I die cut this basically 5 times using different colored cardstocks. So I have Berry Burst. So the order I have them is Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, and Pumpkin Pie. Okay, so on my basic white, I am going to bring in my liquid glue, and I'm going to start laying these down. I'm going to start off with my Berry Burst. Place that over on here. So I'm gonna, when I do this, I'm gonna start from the outer edges, and I'm gonna move my way in to the center. And then I have my pumpkin pie piece. Place this one over here. Okay, and then we have Daffodil Delight. That one will go right there. And then our Gorgeous Grape. That one will go over here. And then, of course, we got Coastal Cabana. As my friend Dina would say about Coastal Cabana, she says, it's the color that lets us know that God loves us. I didn't leave much space in between. There should have been a little bit more white, but yeah, I'm not going to get these other ones lifted up to move them, except for my Coastal Cabana one. Down a little bit. Okay. All right, so we're going to set that aside. And now let's assemble all of this. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my speaker piece. I got glue on my fingers. Need some adhesive to that. We're going to place that down just like on our real red one. We're going to place that down at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to put this one down next. We'll center that right about there. Okay, and then this time my knobs, I'm going to place them over on the right here. So I'm going to add 2 drops right there. And get my take your pick tool. I'll just pick those up. Okay, and then the other one. Okay, and then our little antenna. Add some glue just to the base of it, because this curved part up at the top will be over the top of this. Okay, so there is our finished TV. Now on this one, I'm going to bring in dimensionals, and this time I'm going to bring in my black ones. And I'm going to add a few of these. I think one more will be good. Okay, so now before I put this down, I'm going to put my greeting down. And so for this one, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Now, I could have used my seal to do this, but I found to do something like this, if I use that seal, it's not going to be very nice if I don't get this on straight and I want to take it off to put it back on. So I'm going to place this right about there. Hopefully I got it straight. Okay. And then my TV is going to go on top of that. Well, right over it. Okay. And we'll put this at an angle like this. Okay, and then this one I am going to embellish this one. And so for my embellishments, I kind of kept it really simple. So I'm going to use my rhinestone basic jewels. Okay. And then I'm going to use, we have a large, medium, and a small size in this pack. So I'm going to use one of each of them. And then one more. Put that one right there. There we go. There is our second card. So let me kind of clean this up and let me bring in the stuff for our third card. Again, this space gets cluttered up very easily. And I know that I've asked this before. How many of you are the type that you need to have your space tidy and you can't be overly cluttered with stuff, because then you just feel like you lose things and you just don't feel very productive. I know that I need to tidy up a little bit. All right, so my third card. So the third card, there's just one bit of stamping. And I did do a whole lot of die cutting on this one. So on this one, let me bring in all those pieces. And I'll get my rhinestones out of the way. We will need these for our next one. Okay, let me get my stamp. So this one's going to be a birthday card. So I'm going to pull out the happy birthday. Let me get a block. Okay. So now for this one, we're really going, to me, in my opinion, this is like big time retro. So with the colors that I use. So I have a piece of Lost Lagoon for my card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic black that measures 5 1/4 by 4. I have a piece of basic white that measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then I got some scraps of Lost Lagoon, wild wheat, and basic black. So that screen die for the TV, I die cut 8 of these out of the wild wheat. Put those aside like so. And then I did die cut one of them in the Lost Lagoon. This is the one we're going to stamp our greeting on. And then out of the basic black, I die cut 8 of these really cool retro looking stars. There's only one of these dies in the set of dies, so it did take a little bit to get these all die cut, but I think these things are like really, really cool. So I'm going to set those all aside. I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. And I'll set that aside. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and I'm going to glue down all of these stars onto my wild wheat pieces. And I'm only going to put glue. I'm only going to put the glue kind of like in the middle. And then these are going to go right in the center. So in one direction, it's a little bit longer, so I'm putting that longer. So it's going in this direction. If I turn and do it the other way, these points will be really at the edge of that cardstock. Okay, there's one. Hold it down. And I'm just kind of looking at some of the comments. Yeah, dinner for us tonight is going to be pretty simple and quick. It's a pre-mixed salad. I think it's a Mediterranean salad. And pizza. A gluten-free supreme pizza. And it's pretty good too. So we definitely won't have a big mess in the kitchen. It's been hot here. I've been kind of hoping that we would get some rain, but these past couple of days we haven't had any. We did have some last week. Actually, most of the week I didn't even venture out of this apartment. You know, when they talk about heat indexes, 110, 113, I'm like, no, thank you. I'll just stay put in my air conditioned apartment and I'm just good. So this particular card that I'm doing, I did see something really, really similar to this done, but it was done in other colors. It was more of like Coastal Cabana, black, and Pretty in Pink. And I just went on Pinterest and I did a search, like on retro color combinations. And this color combination kind of came up. Oh, good. Where are you at, Kathy? Where are you at? Minnesota. Or is it Minnesota? I watch, I follow another Stampin' Up! Demo, Dina Rico, and she's from Minnesota, and she always throws that, that accent in there. I don't know why I'm so good at speaking it. I mean, I'm from New York. I'm far away from nowhere near Minnesota. I think I visited Minnesota once. Once in my lifetime, I think I did. Okay, so we got those glued on there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this piece in and my happy birthday greeting and my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I ink this up. Oops. And I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to pull it down just a little bit so I can stamp this straight. Good, I'm still on the screen. That's the one thing I worry about if I come down lower, if I end up coming out of the screen. Okay, so that takes care of all the stamping that we're going to do. So let me get that out of the way. So now what I'm going to do is these pieces here, I'm going to glue these down onto my piece here. And let's see, I'm going to start off with, how am I going to do this? Okay, so some of these are going to come off the edge of my cardstock, and then once I got these on, I'm going to then trim it down so they're all even with this piece. So I'm going to place this kind of like over on my cardstock, and I'm going to put my finger to the area where it's going to overlap, and I'm doing that so that way I don't put glue all the way up. And it's interesting how I'm trying to put glue on this, twisting my wrist like this. Okay, let me put this under here. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pare it down like so. Okay, and then another piece, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to place this one over here. So again, I'm going to put my finger in that spot to where I don't put glue past. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take another one. And I'm going to come up. Let's see. Kind of put this up here. I'm not going to go all the way to that edge. Okay, put that right there. This definitely is a time-consuming card with all the die cutting and gluing for this. One of the reasons why I made it my last card. Okay, so I'm just going to place this down right here. This is where I'm going to pop this up, but I want to make sure I leave enough space there for it. Okay, so then this one, add glue there. Let's see, place that right there. Kind of getting a little crooked. I want to try and make these straight. Okay. So is that a good thing, Terry, or no? That paying off your education and having more for Stampin' Up. I can tell you that I'm definitely I need to figure out what I'm going to do because I'm starting to run out of room, to be honest with you. Okay, place this one down. Okay, and then let's bring in another one. So Terry, I think you had asked this like on one of my lives, like when I was doing that Mediterranean blooms for my Friday Night Live. Yeah, I started pulling stuff out and totally forgot about that one to do for the month of August. So it will be the first one that I do for what do you call it, for September. It'll be my first Friday in September. Usually I do when I do my in-person class, I typically would do that particular suite or bundle or whatever the Friday night before. And this time I didn't do it for the month of August. Yeah, I forget what I got. I got the whole stack of all my stamp sets sitting over there. And so I can't tell you offhand exactly as to which one I will be using. I can grab my planner. I know that next Thursday, my Throwback Thursday, I'm going to use that retired stamp set. It was a standalone stamp set called The Little Cheesy. I always like those corny type of stamp sets. And that was one that I definitely had to get before it was retired. And if I remember right, I think that one had actually had sold out before the catalog was done. So what am I using next? Good question. I sat there and I pulled everything out. I think, was it on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was. And I started figuring out, okay, what sets was I going to use, and now I can't even remember which ones I was going to use. It's not good. Okay, and then we got this one right here. Okay, I'm going to move that one out of the way. Done with my glue. Just press that all down. How did I get glue all on the back of this? Okay. Then I'm going to bring in my snips. Now I tried to do this with my trimmer, you know, to get a nice straight cut edge. But when you're cutting through like 2 layers of cardstock, I was struggling a bit with that. So I'm going to try and cut straight in this cardstock. Get this edge. Whoops, I missed. I got my little pop-up trash bin over to my left. Almost there. Okay, then one more side. Okay. So we still got some of our little star pieces there. Okay, now I'm going to have to clean that off later on. Get rid of all these little bits. Okay. So now I'm going to take this piece and bring in my seal. And I'm going to adhere this down to my layer of basic black. Like so. Okay, and then add some more seal to the back of this. And we'll put it on our card base. Like so. Okay, and then on my greeting, I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of that. So we've cleared off that sheet. And then grab a couple of these. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to center that. Bring this down a little bit so I center it. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the rhinestones again. And I take your pick tool, and I'm going to add some of the larger ones on this one this time. And one more. And there we go. There is our third card. So let me bring in the other two that we did. Oops. Can we get this all on the screen? Yeah, I can get it all in there. And I can actually bring you down. I didn't bring my my camera down after I flipped it over. So I hope you were able to see what I was stamping and doing and all that. So if you like the projects that I made tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. If you would like the free card kit, so it would be I would die cut basically all of the pieces as far as the greeting goes. If you want to do the same exact thing that I did and use those, you would need the stamp set. Otherwise, all of the cardstock pieces, I would go ahead and die cut that for you, since you don't have to stamp an image and then die cut it with this. So to get the free card kit, place a minimum $35 order in my online store, and do that by next Wednesday, October 7th, and I will send this out to you. And then in addition, I don't have one to show you. I will also include one of my lemon scissor fobs in there, along with a thank you card for your order. If you haven't already done so, also please subscribe to the channel. I'll tell you, it has helped tremendously in growing my channel. As a matter of fact, in the month of July, I gained 368 new subscribers. So welcome everybody. And I hope you've been enjoying the projects that in the videos that I have been posting. And it just really makes my heart happy when people have commented and said that that I've inspired them, and even gone back and rewatched my videos again and stamped right along with me. So that really makes me happy to hear things like that. If you have like any suggestions at all, like is there a particular technique you would like to know how to do? Anything at all, feel free to, leave a comment in any of the videos. I do check for the comments, in any of my videos, and I do respond to them, and I'll see what I can come up with. Actually, there was a really cool technique that I saw that another demonstrator had done, and it's really cool. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be something that we're going to do in one of these videos. And the technique of what she did was she made her own glimmer paper or shimmer paper with her cardstock. And so I really liked how that worked out. So I see some, shimmery projects in the future. So again, any suggestions at all, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see what I can come up with. So that's all I have As far as tonight goes, I will let you know what's up and coming. If I can get my planner here. So next Thursday, for my Throwback Thursday, I will be using the Little Cheesy stamp set. It's a standalone stamp set. Next Friday, I will be using the Magnolia Mood bundle. That is an online exclusive. Um, the Thursday after that, I'll be doing the Whale of a Time suite of product. And then the Friday after that, on the 16th, I will be using that ice cream swirl bundle. And then, like I said, on the 17th, if you are local to me here in Memphis, on Saturday the 17th at 11 a.m., I will be doing my Mediterranean Blooms in-person class. Thursday the 22nd, I'll be using the Turtle Friends bundle. And then Friday the 23rd, I'm using the Simply Sparkling bundle. That is an online exclusive. And then the 29th, which is another Thursday, my Tasteful Textures bundle. And then the last video for the month, on the 30th, for my Friday Night Live, I will be doing the Unbounded Beauty Suite. Now that is one of the mega suites that's in our annual catalog that actually has 2 stamp and die bundles to it. So because one has just greetings in it and the other has some images in it, I'm just going to take all that and I'm just going to bundle it all together and do it for that one particular Friday Night Live. So again, thank you everyone for joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you and welcome. And I will see you in the next one. So everyone, have a blessed one. Bye-bye.